I love people like John G. Lake. He's messed my life up. I've read so much of him, I feel like I've met him. And this guy, I mean, there's loads of other people that have messed my head up as well. But this guy was just crazy. He said, God, what can you do through me? And I'll give myself completely to you. And he had over 100,000 recorded healings in Spokane, Washington, for over 3 years. Get that. Healing rooms in Spokane, Washington, over a course of 3 years, over 100,000 recorded, medically attested healings. And they lined the walls with the crutches and everything that was needed for people who didn't need them anymore. He wanted to understand the ways of God. This is the thing he said. Other people saw the miracles and saw people getting healed. He said, I saw the ways of God. I saw how he did it. And I longed to know more. And the more he pursued that, the more they saw incredible miracles break out. He records in his journal at one point, they had this one woman come who had, I don't know what you call it when you have a pregnancy that's not a pregnancy, it's a cancerous growth. There's a technical term for that. But she's got this cancerous growth. The doctors at the time thought she was pregnant until she gets to full term. And then they discover it's not a baby. So this woman, her prognosis is she hasn't got long to live. She comes to the healing rooms, stays there the first night. He records, we prayed for her for an hour. No change. So she goes to bed. Next day, meet with her again, another hour's prayer time, where they pray over and soak her and stuff, and nothing happens. She goes to bed. Third day, they pray again. They just keep praying. And nothing happens. She goes to bed. Next day, she comes to them. It's gone. Completely gone. And he wants to know, how did it go? Is there any residue in your bedroom? What's happened? How did it... And she's going, no, it's just vanished. It's just vanished. Wow. He was that detailed in wanting to know and recorded all of this stuff. And it so annoyed the mayor of the town. The mayor developed a legal case against him and called the whole town together to sort of debunk him. And they called in doctors from the outside area to investigate all the healings. And they pulled this big case together. And they stand up to say, well, we've done our research and we have to say that John G. Lake has been lying. There is far more healings than he's recording. He's just being too particular in what he'll accept as a healing. He says in his journal, wow, one day when he was in South Africa, he was on the side of a mountain, having a quiet time under a tree. It was morning, mid-morning, and he sees a Zulu woman, because he was there ministering to the Zulu tribe, come by with her baby, come into the water hole that is just around the corner, and she takes her baby off her back, puts the child down by the side. You can see all this from up the mountain, hidden. She hasn't seen him. And she just goes around the corner, obviously to now work with her jar that she's been carrying on her head to fill it up with water. While she's gone, I believe he asks the Holy Spirit, because he looks at the baby and sees the baby has no arms or legs. This is in his journal. He says, Holy Spirit, can I pray for that baby? And he feels this rising in him. He goes down to the baby, prays for the baby. 2 new arms and legs grow. He goes back to his place under the tree and watches while the woman comes back to pick up her baby, who proceeds to drop the water, pick up her baby and run screaming. Oh, what if London had 1,000 people operating like that? Who are so devoted to Jesus, they don't even need to be acknowledged for the healing.